Hi everybody, solving paper 3 October 22. Two gliders. Please pause the video and read the question. After that, resume. How to measure length of card. We will take the length for the top and the bottom and take the average. Percent uncertainty is half the resolution. Resolution of a rule is 0.1 centimeter, and we will divide it by the mean here. Card of 10.5 centimeter. How we can get the velocity? We will divide the length of this card by the time taken, and sure the momentum is the product of both the velocity and the mass. Whether momentum is conserved or not, we will find the percent difference. If it's small, so it is conserved because no significant difference between before and after. If it's not, so it is not conserved. Here is our case. It is around 2%, small difference percent, so it is conserved. So how applying force by hand each time could affect the momentum? Simply varies the force in each time, or varies the time. If the force was uh, or supposed to be constant, the time will vary. So whether force differs in each time or time differs in each time, the momentum will differ, and as more the momentum varies, as more the uncertainty increases. Why light gate instead of stopwatch? Because it eliminates reaction time and hence decrease random error or uncertainty. Once again, pause the video, read the question, and resume. Increasing mass will increase the concentration of ions or charges and hence increase the current, because current is charge per unit time. And if you remember, it's given by concentration of a charge times charge value times cross-sectional area times drift velocity. So as n number of charges increase, we have the current here increased, and resistance will decrease because from Ohm's law it is V over I, and V is constant, which is the current kind of potential applied by the electrodes. So rho will decrease too because R is proportionally directly proportional to rho, which is the resistivity. Here is the result. Students suppose the resistivity inversely proportional to mass of salt. It can be deduced from the graph because we see here that points lie on a straight line, and if we extend this straight line it cut with the origin. Method to measure u and v. So u is distance between source and lens, the axis of the lens or the top surface of the container containing liquid, and v is the distance from the top surface to the paper, or you can measure the distance from paper to the bulb or middle of bulb. This will be u plus v. After that, subtracting v to get u. Possible source of uncertainty can be parallel look perpendicularly, or non-vertical rule. Use set square at the base of the paper. Okay, use this relation to get B for U and V values here in the last row. So you will use your calculator, get the inverse of this value, and add the inverse of that value. You will get B. Notice here that B and D is the decimeter because it is the inverse of a meter. Here is a relation how to get B in terms of refractive index of the liquid and air and the radius of curvature for the container. Okay. N liquid is given, and N liquid is wanted if R is given. So we will rearrange this equation to get R to get an air to lens to one side and the other symbols here or variables here on the other side. Okay. Uh, it is apparent that we will need for the value of B to be included in this final substitution, so we can firstly get it here. We have here three values of B by varying U and V. If we get the average, we can, after the rearrangement, substitute. A beam with a weight hanged from its center. Here is the force applied distance. Criticize the result. We see here that there is no fixed number of decimal digits, so this is the first thing. Second thing is we have no repeats for each value of mass or of force. How we draw? We first look here, try to convert these numbers to easily recognized number. So I choose to make these numbers times 10 to the power minus 4, meter. It is integer numbers here, so it is easier to plot, and certainly with respect to the x, it is easier to plot. Nothing is needed. We should take care from the units here and also here. Also, we can get the slope by taking 2 points on the line, and should take care that the values of y coordinates for the 2 points should have 10 to minus 4, because it is taken from the axis here. Take the slope because I know that it will be required in the next questions. Show that gradient of graph is, we have the relation that represent the graph. If we rearrange it will give us the d and the y position and f and the x position compared to y equals mx, equation of straight line. Here is the gradient. As I said to you, it is always needed when you plot the points. How can we get the e? As we know from this question that this is the slope, so we equate it by the value getting from the graph, and after that rearrange and substitute. So teacher said that smaller value of h improve measurement of d. Why? Because as we increase h is the thickness of the beam, distance to which the beam bends increases, so uncertainty decreases. If glass is used, it is susceptible to be broken and may cause injuries. Thank you.